What's up out there to all my Point of Vengeance people out there? I just felt like turning on the cameras this morning and talking one-on-one with my people, man. It's a huge movement and a huge debate right now on, does these lawyers actually exist? So I thought about, let's just talk about a little Q&A this morning and just getting up close, and personal with everyone out there. A Point of Vengeance, my novel, the Lawyers Killing Series, Wins versus Losses, is basically opening the eyes of America. It's a huge debate right now if these dishonest lawyers exist. Now, nothing against the good lawyers out there, the ones that hold integrity at a high standard and morals, and they do it for a reputable name. They do it for the wins. They don't put any value into the money or the social status. Nothing against you lawyers. It is some good lawyers out there that I personally know. But we all know there's some on the other side as well that's only in it for the money, the clout, and everything else. So I say that to say that it's 13, 14-year-old kids that are in prison and that'll probably spend the rest of their lives in prison. They go from 13, 14-year-olds to elderly old men. And it's a lot of them in there. And like I said, this novel is pulling the covers, opening the eyes of America, going behind the scenes of these lawyers. And these lawyers have came across representing kids like that, 13, 14-year-olds, and they take advantage of them. They're vulnerable because they don't know the law. So these little kids grow into old men in prison, and some of them die from old age. We may not directly know anybody like that, but these stories definitely exist. So that's what this novel does, is opening the eyes, going behind the scenes for people that may know someone, may not know someone, heard stories, or may not heard any stories, or don't even think these type of lawyers exist. And they actually do. So if you have any stories, any untold stories, or you could shed any light on this issue that's been overlooked for so long, for years. But if you do your research, you will see that it's a huge ratio, it's a huge number of ineffective assistants of these lawyers. And that's why I created this character, Richard Ginn, in this novel. It's almost like a game of wins and losses. If a lawyer has more losses than wins, then they end up on his thrill kill spree of lawyers. And the fear, it could strike a lot of fear because it's never been anyone that actually went out and committed the crime of going after lawyers. And so, but the thought hangs on a frayed thread of the mind of anyone that can snap. This novel is opening the eyes of America. It's making people choose sides. At the end of the day, that's what we want. We want people to choose sides. Like some of these trailers, visuals that we're creating up here at Churchill Visions, and you could choose. He's the hero in some people's eyes. He's the villain in some people's eyes, and it's making people choose sides. Who's right? Who's wrong? What would you do if you had a lawyer like that, or if you were a lawyer and didn't do what you're supposed to do, and it turned chaotic on a vengeance? Someone's trying to get even with you. So it's just raising the conscience of lawyers and how they proceed with their clients in the future. That's all we want to do, is open the eyes of America and get people to talking about this issue that gets swept to the side, gets swept under the rug, and these guys and women end up in prison or jail and lose family, friends, their loved ones, because a lawyer didn't do what he's supposed to do. So it's about a story of you losing, trusting, loneliness, betrayal, and it's just addressing these issues. Violence is never the answer, right? We all understand this. But when you lose everything and you have nothing to live for, or you lose everything you look forward to every day, what would you do? And again, violence is never the answer. And there's good lawyers out there, and there's also a flip side. Every side has two sides. So that's it. So does these type of lawyers exist is the issue. I want to hear your answers, your questions. There's no right answer, no wrong answer. Let's build a topic where we're starting a podcast here. And, that's one of the issues and the topics that we're going to address up here at Churchill Visions. About these lawyers, do they actually exist? So please share, comment. Let's talk about it. Let's get the conversation going. Point of Vengeance is a teaching tool on both sides of the law. What would you do if you were Richard Ginn? What would you do if you was a lawyer representing a potential Richard Ginn, and and maybe you did do the job the best of your ability, but he felt you didn't? What would you do? So, it's untold stories in a nutshell. So, A Point of Vengeance, Wins versus Losses, the Lawyers Killing series. We're building up the trailer, the movies right now. Stay tuned. Keep your eye on it. And know that we ended like we always ended. It's just another day at the office. Or is it? Peace, y'all.